Mike.
This is The Wealth Puzzle with Michael Mansfield from the Lynn Group. When a part of your financial strategy is out of tune, your long-term goals, your retirement savings, and your legacy can all suffer. With many years of experience in the financial industry, Michael provides his clients and prospects with the information they need regarding Social Security, retirement income planning, wealth management, and much more. Listen in as we address your financial concerns and provide helpful solutions to put you on the path to achieving your retirement goals. And now, here is The Wealth Puzzle with Michael Mansfield.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is Mike Mansfield and Tana Pennington, and this is The Wealth Puzzle. We work here at the group. We help people with retirement planning. Tana always laughs through that. Welcome, Tana. Welcome to the party.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
The other day, I was watching a YouTube video, which I never do for clarity. I just I'm not that person. Okay, I got to give the backstory because otherwise people are gonna think I'm sitting around watching YouTube videos. Okay, so last week I was up in Big Sur.
Okay.
Big Sur, woohoo! Big trees,
beautiful area,
all purty, real foggy.
Yeah.
Anyways, my wife and I were talking to these like 10-year-old kids. We were staying at this like kind of campground area, and they said, "Oh, what'd you do today?" And the kids were like, "Oh, we went down to this beach with our parents, and there's like this cliff you have to climb down a rope on." I'm like, "What?" And then we're talking to the parents, and the guy's telling us it's called like Jade Beach. And there's Jade down there, and you can go down there and find Jade. The problem is you basically have to rappel down this like 300-foot cliff of sorts. And they're telling us how to get there. There's no signs. And so me and my wife are like, let's go check it out. All of a sudden we're, rock hounds. And so we're, so we get to we find this beach. It's kind of hard to find. We find this rope. It's fortunately it's not full blown. It's just a steep hill with a rope and rocks and stuff. It was kind of ugly. So we wiggle down this thing. We're down on the beach. We find like the I'll say some serious locals, looking for Jade. And all of a sudden, so I know nothing about rocks or Jade. I think I failed that class. And so anyways, we find a couple of these stones, that the interesting locals are more like, whoa, that's awesome. It's a good one, even though it looks like a rock. And you're like, I don't know, it's a rock. Anyways, that's what I was YouTubing is I found myself looking at a couple of videos. I'm like, how do you identify if you have a piece of Jade?
Yeah. How do you?
I don't know. It turns out that the Jade here on the California coast is more of the knockoffy Jade than the real Jade of what we think, cute little carved Buddhas or something. So it was interesting, but it was funny because I was watching this video and the guy he's talking about rocks, but in the beginning of the video, dorky dude, and he's looking away, and then the camera's getting closer, and then he acts all surprised. Oh, hey everybody! And I really thought about doing that today when our little intro video was ending.
That would have been good.
Oh, we're here. I was just checking my mail. I had no idea what was going on.
That's so awesome.
Anyways, I don't know what use that 3 minutes of everybody's life I just stole was, but
it was interesting.
It was amazing.
I'm glad you guys had fun. Was it smoky up there from the fires, or
smoky? It was just foggy. I mean, you could hardly even see you could be at the beach and not even see the water because it was just so foggy.
Wow.
So it was fine. It was just cold. 'Tis the season. We're in the fall. Anyways, Tana, how's the weather in Texas?
Good, but our temperatures are definitely going down. Fall is here. Leaves are falling.
What was that thing called they had last year? The crud. The freeze, the winter storm.
That was in February, and yes, that was completely rare. Very rare.
I don't know. It was something. It was good. Anyways. All right, let's get down to business. Okay. Let me pop up a little screen share of what I wanted to chitty chat about today. A couple different things. We're going to bounce around, but these are all fun facts. So right now, the Mr. Government is trying to pass a massive, spending bill. They want to. They're working on a $1.1 trillion infrastructure bill, and then they're trying to put together $3.5 trillion trash can of stuff bill. If they pass it, we'll certainly waste our time going through all the details of what's in it. The problem is it's just there's so much dialogue right now on what they want spending for that it's not really worth getting into just yet. What is interesting, though, are some of the tax laws that are coming up. And that's what I wanted to chitty chat about for a second here is first and foremost, this new spending bill will be the death of backdoor Roths. The death. Now, it's funny is most people are like, what the heck's a backdoor Roth? So I actually have a bunch of clients that do these. I mean, we do. So what happens is a lot of people, if they want to fund a Roth IRA, remember there's two kinds of retirement accounts. There's pre-tax, after-tax. Pre-tax accounts, the dollars go in before you pay the tax on it. They grow tax deferred. And then eventually when you take all the money out, it's all taxable. That's a 401k, an IRA, a 457, a thrift savings plan, whatever.
403b.
403b. Conversely, a Roth account is the opposite. After tax dollars, meaning the taxes have been paid, the money then goes in, it's still tax deferred, and then when the money comes out, it's tax free. So, a lot of people like the whole tax free shtick. And so there's three ways to accomplish tax-free money in a Roth. One is to directly fund a Roth or a Roth 401k. One is to do a Roth conversion with your pre-tax money, your 401k, your IRA, meaning you pay all the tax on it and you move it into a Roth account. Or three is do this backdoor thing. So the way a backdoor works is most Roth IRAs, there's phase out limits on your income. So, I don't know what they are. Once you make a couple $100,000, you can't directly fund a Roth. So what a lot of people do is they go fund the traditional IRA, the regular IRA, and then they immediately turn around and they convert it to a Roth. So it's called a backdoor. Fund the regular, convert it to the Roth. We beat the system. Now, it's just, I hate these people working the system. Now, it's funny because about 5 years ago, the IRS came out with what's called a ruling letter where they talked about backdoor Roth, saying they're totally legal. You can do them. Because before that, it was people did them, but it wasn't totally clear in the code if it was okay. And then they said, hot dog, it's good to go. You're fine. Do it. So here we are, though. This legislation wants to kill those things. It wants to kill the ability to do a backdoor Roth. Now, to be honest with everybody, I'm massively confused by this because guess what? What do Roth accounts do? They require upfront taxation.
Right.
What does Mr. Congress and government want?
More taxes collected.
Want your money. They want your money. So I'm just really shocked that they would do this because normally Roth conversions, backdoor Roths means immediate taxation, tax revenue to the government. Well, in a world of spending chaos, why wouldn't we want to be generating as much cash flow as we can? I mean, to me, it's almost the opposite, that they should be trying to see how they could expand these programs. How could they sucker more people into converting more money into their Roth accounts and paying the tax on it?
Yeah, good point.
So I thought that this was really bizarre, but it is what it is. They want to eliminate the back door. For most people, that doesn't eliminate Roth conversions. So the back door is just simply, I want to put in money into an IRA, convert it to a Roth. The Roth conversion is, I just have money in my 401k IRA kind of an account, and I'm going to pick an amount of it and I'm going to convert it to Roth and pay all the tax. So Roth conversions are still in play after they destroy the backdoor Roth. So nothing too crazy there, except if you actually make some money. Let's see where it is down here. So Roth conversions. So this new legislation says you have a 10-year window now. By December 31st, 2031, anybody who makes a decent chunk of change over 400 grand, sorry, Tana, will no longer have the ability to do any Roth conversions at all. Any Roth conversions at all. What?
That is so bizarre.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't.
If you're making 400 grand, guess what? You're in a high tax bracket.
Right.
Guess what? You choose to convert your money in that kind of a tax bracket. Number one, you're an idiot, probably, just because the tax liability is going to be so painful that why would the government want to slow that down? They'd be like,
right.
Dude,
so weird.
Do that. Let him. Good golly. I mean, you live in California making $400,000, $500,000. You're easily paying 40%, 45% or something on every dollar in taxes. So why would the government want to slow that down? I mean, especially if you have a successful, 50-year-old where they've got over 20 years before the government can mandate them pull any money out on a mandatory distribution.
Right.
Hey, let's get these people to convert this
they can
stuff
start
now.
collecting money.
So pretty weird. So if you do Roth conversions, if you do backdoor Roths, if you do any of this kind of stuff, be aware that the legislation that they're trying to pass right now could have a huge impact on that. And I think this is where we want to start that conversation is oftentimes these bills are they're sensationalized. They talk about them in the news. They talk about the big reasons for it, but there's all this hidden subtle stuff that's happening behind the scenes that nobody ever mentions. And this is one of those things that, nobody's mentioning. So anyways, fascinating. Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's not maybe I think it's fascinating and no one else cares.
Well, because it doesn't make sense. It's one of those things that you're just like,
what doesn't make sense?
That they want to do away with the Roth conversions when
that's
it could just bring in more money for the government. So it doesn't make sense.
You obviously don't think,
right.
If you thought about it, you would know that it makes total sense. I'm not sure how, but booyah. All right. So that's weird. I thought that was fascinating. It's something I'm going to keep my eye on. There's also mega backdoor Roth conversions. Probably won't talk about that because I don't know anyone that would affect. Tana probably does, but not me. Probably whoever your husband's flying around in a jet.
Right. It definitely would put him in that category.
All right. Here's something else I thought was interesting. This is a sales pitch. So a Nexus is a major annuity company. So there's insurance companies, they sell annuities. Most annuities, there's really two reasons people buy annuities. One is for safe, boring accumulation, kind of like a really fancy CD that potentially gets a better rate of return without any market risk. And then the other reason is to basically create a pension. Remember, Social Security is an annuity. Your employer pension is an annuity. A guaranteed safe stream of income is attractive to a lot of people. We have a lot of clients that own annuities for different reasons. Even my own mommy here has 2 annuities. So obviously they're not as horrible as they sound. But what's funny about this one, a Nexus, so massive insurance company. They actually own a handful of companies. So they're coming out with the Plan Gap. It's their hot new thing to add a Social Security income disruption rider to their annuities. So remember what's happening in the news lately. Everyone's really getting all finicky talking about the old what? Social Security is going belly up. It's all over. The end is near. In 2033, there's going to be a 24% cut. Tana, what are you going to do with your Social Security check? Tana hopefully isn't on Social Security yet.
No, I hope not.
You could be on like SSDI by then, maybe. I don't know.
No, I hope not. No.
Really bird.
No.
So anyways, there's a lot of fear rhetoric going around. I mean, I fielded a lot of phone calls lately, actually, about Social Security, about what's going to go under. What are we going to do? We should probably just take ours to get what we can.
Right.
So there's some fear mongering going on there. I have a hard time with it for a couple reasons. One is I think that Social Security is becoming a political thing. A whole lot of folk are going to fall into the I'm on Social Security and a voter in this country. And it's going to be really hard to officially cut Social Security in 15 years from now if that's what happens. 2 is they're trying to change all the tax laws, right? They want to raise payroll taxes. They want to make unlimited Social Security taxation on people making over $400,000. All of those things will skew the math in the Social Security program and help make it more, funded and more solvent for the future. They'll probably also change our full retirement age. Tana and my full retirement age is currently 67. They'll probably make it like 105. That way.
No, not 105.
Oh, look, the math works really good if Mike and Tana can't take it.
Yeah, because we're not alive. We're no longer on the earth.
Well, that's rude. I speak.
You're gonna live to be 105?
Speak for yourself. Jeez.
I don't know if I would want to.
I'm offended. So anyway, so a Nexus is kind of playing on a little bit of that fear mongering of, hey, look at our annuity. If you pay an extra fee, we'll give you a rider that says your income rider will go up if your Social Security benefit goes down. For some people that are truly, truly scared of Social Security going down, then maybe that's a very relevant investment, something to think about. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I'm not sold.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Let's get a little closer.
It's probably not necessary.
Maybe it's necessary if Social Security goes down. I'm going to be devil's advocate today. Everything you say, I'm going to try to say the opposite. So just
good.
All right. So Tana sent me an article. I thought it was a fun one. Oh, I got to
Mhm.
put the screen back. I'm trying to be better at like switching on and off. So
You're slow.
So Tana sent me this and she was literally crying when she said it, saying, Mike, we have a problem.
No.
COVID is officially America's deadliest pandemic as U.S. fatalities surpass 1918 flu estimates.
Bogus.
So Tana was crying, but she was crying with laughter on how stupid this headline was. This is this is part of the problem. You know, we have a lot of clients that are very concerned about things in the world. We have a lot of clients where, as much as we're dealing with just literal finances and the stock market and their taxes and their social security, we have to also help them kind of, address the fear mongering that's happening in this world. And this is just blatantly absurd. And I was shocked to see this through CNBC because 87% of the time CNBC is kind of middle of the road, half objective. I feel like a lot of their articles are data driven, information driven. And so what this article is saying is because literally in 1918 they estimate 675,000 people died. And now we've had 675,000 people, die from COVID in the United States currently. It's officially dead, Lair. There's one little problem with this, Tana. What's that?
The population.
Oh, wait, basic math is involved to figure this out. Okay, I'm going to use basic math. So what's funny is when you go back in time, in 1918, they estimate there was about 100 million people in the United States. Well, guess what? There's about 330 million now in the United States over. You would need something like close to 2.5 million deaths in the United States to even be equally the size of the risk that this presented in 100 years ago. So holy guacamole, CNBC, why don't you edit your content a little bit? Because this one, like, it is very rare that it's just like such a slap in the face of this is ridiculous that they would put this out. Anyways, what a dumb headline. So we just put that up there. Once again, our goal is not to upset you. Our goal is to try to live in fact with information. We live in a world. Be
careful what you read out there, because
it's not. Say, whose hand you shake.
Be careful whose hand you shake.
Jeez.
Actually, there's not a lot of handshaking out there anymore.
There's not, but I'm coming across it more. I feel like people are kind of lightening up. I'm coming across more handshaking. I mean, it's horrible. I had to stop spitting in my hand. Do the. We had to stop doing the spit in the handshake.
That's awesome. That is terrible.
No more blood
they would do that
going on with people anymore. It's just kind of sad. It's true. But once again, look, it's real. It's a problem. If you're vaccinated, take it easy and stop, reading all these headlines and freaking out because it's not all over quite yet. Okay. Where's that other thing? We have the other thing.
Yeah, there's another one that was really interesting.
Tana finds all the good ones. How come I try to talk about factual stuff and Tana just wants to talk about COVID?
No, I don't.
Feels like it.
I really don't.
Our Ronanomics. This stuff's not even Ronanomics. This stuff's just dumb. Okay, I don't know. Can anybody see this on the old website? Let's see here. Okay, I came across this, or Tana came across this, and we were looking at it the other day. And kind of fascinating. Remember, facts are facts.
Yeah, and the headline that we just read.
Facts are facts. I wonder if I can make this just a wee bigger. Just a wee little bigger. Try to get it on there. Okay, look at this. So this is outcomes and odds of catastrophic events. So Tana, you have a 1 in 6 chance of dying from a heart attack. Now remember, this is oversimplified information. How does this work? You look at the average amount of cases you have in a certain thing. You divide by population size, right? And then you come up with a statistical piece of information. You have a 1 in 7 chance of dying from cancer. Let's see. You have a 1 in 88% chance of dying from suicide, even if you're not suicidal. You have a 1 in 100 chance of dying from falling. That one scares me. We're going into Halloween season. I'm going to be like, shimmying across the front of my 2-story house, trying to hang
You do
skeletons
that?
up. Last year, I looked like a giant baby because
A
it was the
giant
first year
baby.
that my wife talked. I'm getting old. And my wife talked me
Oh
into wearing one of
gosh,
my kids'
that's
bike
so
helmets.
awesome.
So the first one I grabbed, though, was like my daughter's like pink Barbie helmet, and so I'm up on the roof, I'm sure it was unimpressive. But anyways, that's a scary one to me. I don't want to fall. Look at this one. You have a 1 in 100 chance of dying in a car crash. That's pretty scary. I'm walking home from work today. You have a 1 in 1,000 chance of drowning. 1 in 2,500 chance of dying from choking on food.
Wow.
You have a 1 in 8,000 chance of accidentally getting shot by your gun. That's not good. This one's terrible. Sharp object. So you have a 1 in 30,000 chance of dying from just a sharp object. That seems like a horror movie in the making. How about a 1 in 13,000 chance of dying from electrocution? Cataclysmic storm, 1 in 60,000. Dying from a hornet wasp bee sting, 1 in 60,000. Kind of like a My Girl deal, right? I cried during that movie. I'm gonna put that out there. I was like probably
you
8
do
years
have a
old.
soft spot in that heart.
That was a long time ago. I've hardened a lot since then. I'm just kidding. Actually, it went through a life phase, right? When I was really young, I was really adorable, sensitive kid, and then I went in the army and I was tough, blah. And now I'm coming down the backside again, where I do tear up on things, and then it's like awkward because I'll be like with my wife and kids watching a movie, and I'm like trying to like do that, like hold it, like I'm not gonna cry, but I want to. You got a 1 in 86,000 chance of dying from a dog attack. Oh, and there it is at the bottom. You have a 1 in 137,000 chance of dying from COVID if you're fully vaccinated. You literally have the same risk of dying from a lightning strike.
That is interesting.
If you're fully vaccinated, based on this piece of information published on August 12th.
Wow.
Now that's weird. Has everybody stopped driving their cars? Because that's scaring the heck out of me seeing that on this list. I mean, the heart disease, cancer, well, I guess I could eat less cheeseburgers, but some of this stuff is, unavoidable.
Right.
In a sense.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Developing lung disease, a 1 in 27,000 or 1 in 27 chance. That's maybe that's smoking. I don't know. Not good. Probably just the air. I'm convinced Wi-Fi is killing all of us anyway, so maybe none of this matters. Isn't it weird? Like we've never been permanently microwaved before. And we were like, think about it. Like
constantly being microwaved.
Even like 5 years ago, like Wi-Fi was shoddier,
Yeah.
And now no matter where you go, there's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You can go to the market and just be on your phone on free Wi-Fi.
That's true. We're just being zapped.
Yeah. So we're being microwaved. Who knows? Maybe I'll make my brain bigger or something. Is that like, like kind of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff?
No.
So anyways, I thought, when Tana sent me this, I was a little shocked by it just because your risk of dying from COVID if you're fully vaccinated is so negligible when you consider other literally a pedestrian accident, walking down the street.
Right.
You have a 1 in 500 chance of getting killed doing that. I have a 1 in 900 chance of dying on a motorcycle. I don't even ride a motorcycle. Like that's scary. It tells me that one time I ride it occasionally. Whew. Actually, it's funny I say that. I rode a motorcycle on Saturday. So
oh, you did?
It's not ironic. Yes. Drowning scares me. I'm scared of drowning. Dude, hands down, don't want to drown.
Yeah, that would be a terrible way to go.
That's right. So
that and anything to do with fire. That would be. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather die in a fire than drown.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I would.
For sure. I have to bathe in 3 inches of water now because I'm so scared.
Shut up.
It's totally embarrassing. What have we accomplished today? I don't even know. Did we accomplish anything? I think most importantly, let's kind of wind back to the beginning of this conversation. Is a lot of the spending that's happening right now, it comes with a lot of underlying strings that become very interesting. Everything is sensory overload, right? They talk a lot about taxation on wealthy people and things like that. That's what they focus. But then there's all these subtle rules that nobody is aware of. Subtle rules like if you do these Roth conversions and backdoor Roths, that could have an impact on you. The other subtle thing that they're talking about is the taxation of an inheritance. Even if you make less than $400,000, but you inherit your mom's house and it's, got a $100,000 gain on it, technically you get all that stuff tax-free right now. The government, President Biden, has proposed getting rid of that and making all of that stuff taxable, and not even taxable when you sell it, but taxable when you acquire it, when mom dies, kind of stuff. And so, there's a lot of different types of passive taxes that are going to happen on people under that $400,000 limit. I mean, they're making sin taxes, right? They want to increase taxation on like cigarettes and things like that. Well, that's a taxation on everybody. And what's the most subtle tax on everybody that disproportionately hurts low income folk? Inflation. So maybe it's not this direct thing, this legislation.
Yeah, good point.
But government policy drives inflation. Overprinting money drives inflation. There's all these things that are creating a lot of inflationary pressure that have a huge impact on the individual. Hence why you need to do retirement income planning with us. Because as much as we cash flow out your money and we look at your situation, we hedge against, well, what if inflation goes up? We hedge against, what if tax policies and changes go up? We try to help you have a very viable, sustainable plan. So that way you don't run the risk of running out of money, which would be depressing. We hope that we're all rich like Tana. The end. That's it.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Speaking of Tana, I was looking at houses in your area over the weekend, man. They just keep grinding higher.
They do.
And they're on the market like they're just gone. Like it's like I don't even have enough time to show my wife a picture. I'm like, look at this one. Oh wait, sorry, it's gone.
There's a lot of jobs open right now, and I think it's causing people to move.
Yeah. Well, anyways. All right, everybody. Thank you. It's been fun. We appreciate all of our listeners on our podcast. We appreciate all the viewers on our video show here on YouTube and Rumble. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please call us 805-500-7035. If you have any questions, if you'd like to schedule a complimentary consultation, you can certainly visit our main website, thelindgroup.com. Lind is Lynd. Otherwise, everybody have a great time and a great week and a great life, and we'll be back next week. So let me say bye-bye.